Accusers shared their stories of Harvey Weinstein's alleged advances. Dozens of women have come forward with explosive allegations of sexual harassment, and in some cases, assault, by movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. Oscar winners Angelina Jolie, Gwyneth Paltrow and Mira claimed that they were forced to rebuff Weinstein's unwanted advances. Others alleged sexual assault. A spokesperson for the movie executive told The New Yorker, "Any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein." Mr. Weinstein has further confirmed that there were never any acts of retaliation against any women for refusing his advances. Mr. Weinstein obviously can't speak to anonymous allegations, but with respect to any women who have made allegations on the record, Mr. Weinstein believes that all of these relationships were consensual, according to the full statement from Weinstein's spokesperson. Mr. Weinstein has begun counseling, has listened to the community and is pursuing a better path. Mr. Weinstein is hoping that, if he makes enough progress, he will be given a second chance. Weinstein was terminated on Sunday by the board of the Weinstein Company in light of the allegations. His attorney Charles Harder claimed last week that the initial New York Times story, which also included allegations that Weinstein had reached confidential settlements with his accusers, was saturated with false and defamatory statements and said that he was preparing a lawsuit. The disgraced Hollywood executive said Wednesday in a video obtained by ABC News that he's got to get help, and he has reportedly checked himself into a rehabilitation clinic for behavioral issues, including sex addiction. Representatives for Weinstein and the Weinstein Company did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Here is a list of women who spoke out on the record, along with their allegations against Weinstein. Rose McGowan. The New York Times reported that in 1997, Weinstein paid a settlement of $100,000 to McGowan following an incident in a hotel room during the Sundance Film Festival. McGowan has alluded to the alleged incident on social media. "I told the head of your studio that HW raped me," McGowan wrote this week in a tweet directed at Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. "Over and over I said it. He said it hadn't been proven. I said I was the proof. We are reviewing our options for the projects we have with the Weinstein Co., Amazon told The Hollywood Reporter this week. A spokesperson for Amazon did not immediately respond to ABC News' request for comment. 1. At Jeff Bezos, "I told the head of your studio that HW raped me. Over and over I said it. He said it hadn't been proven. I said I was the proof." Sophie Dix. The English actress told The Guardian newspaper that in the early 1990s she went to Weinstein's hotel room to watch footage of her new film. He tried to pin her down and undress her, she alleged. "He was really forceful," she said. After running to the bathroom, she said she opened the door to find him masturbating and later ran out when room service arrived. "I decided if this was what being an actress is like, I don't want it," she said. Florence Darrow, a French actress, told Le Parisien that despite her reservations, she agreed to meet Weinstein in his hotel room in the mid-1990s at the behest of her agent. At the time, the film executive was still married to his first wife, Eve Chilton, so she was taken aback when he allegedly propositioned her. "I told him I was very in love with my companion. He replied that it did not bother him at all and offered to have me become his mistress a few days a year. So we could work together," she claimed. She alleges that the implication was basically, "If you want to continue in America, go through me." Darrow said she declined Weinstein's alleged advances. Claire Ferlini. The actress claimed on Twitter Thursday that she escaped from Weinstein on 5 different occasions. She claimed that at 2 meetings at the Peninsula Hotel nearly 20 years ago, she ducked, dived and ultimately got out of there without getting slobbered over, and alleges that over the course of 3 dinners, he bragged to her about his famous conquests. "I knew Harvey was a master manipulator," she wrote. "I always thought I was a pro at handling these guys. I'd had a fair amount of experience. Sometimes I got angry. Really angry. I wondered why I had Bray stamped on my forehead." #Harvey Weinstein #Claire Ferlini #mystorypic.twitter.com web link. Kate Beckinsale. The actress took to Instagram Thursday, claiming that she was called to meet Harvey Weinstein at the Savoy Hotel when I was 17. Beckinsale, 44, said she assumed they'd meet in a conference room, but instead claimed she was told by the reception desk to go to his room. He opened the door in his bathrobe. I was incredibly naive and young, and it did not cross my mind that this older, unattractive man would expect me to have any sexual interest in him. After declining alcohol and announcing that I had school in the morning, I left, uneasy but unscathed, she claimed. Heather Graham. The Boogie Nights actress wrote in Variety that Weinstein had allegedly implied that she had to sleep with him to be in one of his films. There was no explicit mention that to star in one of those films I had to sleep with him, but the subtext was there, she claimed. A few weeks later, I was asked to do a follow-up meeting at his hotel, she alleged. I called one of my actress friends to explain my discomfort with the situation, and she offered to come with me. En route, she called me to say she couldn't make it. Not wanting to be at the hotel alone with him, I made up an excuse. I had an early morning and would have to postpone. Harvey told me that my actress friend was already at his hotel and that both of them would be very disappointed if I didn't show. I knew he was lying, so I politely and apologetically reiterated that I could no longer come by. Graham, 47, said she was never hired for one of his films, and I didn't speak up about my experience. Cara Delevingne. The actress said on social media Wednesday that she's had 2 allegedly inappropriate incidents with Weinstein. Delevingne, who has said that she is bisexual, alleged Weinstein once called to advise her against ever going public with a same-sex relationship for the good of her career. She also alleged that a year or so after that odd and uncomfortable call, Weinstein brought her to a hotel room after a business meeting for an upcoming film, where she claims he asked her to kiss another woman before making a sexual advance himself. She rebuffed him and left. When I first started to work as an actress, I was working on a film and I received a call from Harvey Weinstein asking if I had slept with any of the women I was seen out with in the media. It was a very odd and uncomfortable call. I answered none of his questions and hurried off the phone, but before I hung up, he said to me that if I was gay or decided to be with a woman especially in public that I'd never get the role of a straight woman or make it as an actress in Hollywood. A year or 2 later, I went to a meeting with him in the lobby of a hotel with a director about an upcoming film. The director left the meeting and Harvey asked me to stay and chat with him. As soon as we were alone, he began to brag about all the actresses he had slept with and how he had made their careers, and spoke about other inappropriate things of a sexual nature. He then invited me to his room. I quickly declined and asked his assistant if my car was outside. She said it wasn't and wouldn't be for a bit and I should go to his room. At that moment I felt very powerless and scared, but didn't want to act that way, hoping that I was wrong about the situation. When I arrived, I was relieved to find another woman in his room and thought immediately I was safe. He asked us to kiss and she began some sort of advances upon his direction. I swiftly got up and asked him if he knew that I could sing. And I began to sing. I thought it would make the situation better. More professional. Like an audition. I was so nervous. After singing, I said again that I had to leave. He walked me to the door and stood in front of it and tried to kiss me on the lips. I stopped him and managed to get out of the room. I still got the part for the film and always thought that he gave it to me because of what happened. Since then I felt awful that I did the movie. I felt like I didn't deserve the part. I was so hesitant about speaking out. I didn't want to hurt his family. I felt guilty as if I did something wrong. I was also terrified that this sort of thing had happened to so many women I know, but no one had said anything because of fear. A post shared by Cara Delevingne, at @CaraDelevingne, on October 11, 2017 at 10:39 a.m. PDT. She shared that she later landed the role in the movie, but always questioned why. Delevingne and Weinstein worked together on the 2017 film Tulip Fever. Since then I felt awful that I did the movie. I felt like I didn't deserve the part, she wrote. I was so hesitant about speaking out. I didn't want to hurt his family. I felt guilty as if I did something wrong. I was also terrified that this sort of thing had happened to so many women I know, but no one had said anything because of fear. Lee Seydoux. The French actress wrote in The Guardian that she saw Weinstein allegedly acting inappropriate several times throughout her career. Seydoux also detailed one alleged incident when Weinstein invited her to his hotel room for a drink. A female assistant then left the two of them alone. That's the moment where he started losing control, she alleged. We were talking on the sofa when he suddenly jumped on me and tried to kiss me, she claimed. I had to defend myself. He's big and fat, so I had to be forceful to resist him. I left his room, thoroughly disgusted. I wasn't afraid of him, though. Because I knew what kind of man he was all along. Ashley Judd. Judd told The Times that about 20 years ago, she was invited to a Beverly Hills hotel, where Weinstein asked for a massage or to have the young actress watch him shower. I said no, a lot of ways, a lot of times, and he always came back at me with some new ask, she said in the Times story from last week. She rebuffed him but later appeared in 2 of his films without incident, she told The Times. Mira Sorvino. The Oscar winner found herself in a hotel room in 1995 with Weinstein, she told The New Yorker. He started massaging my shoulders, which made me very uncomfortable, and then tried to get more physical, sort of chasing me around, she said, adding that she then left the room. She believes that her rebuttal hurt her career, though she maintained a relationship with Weinstein's brother who she claimed she never told about the incident. Lucia Evans. Evans told The New Yorker the assault began in 2004. She was an aspiring actress and said Weinstein forced me to perform oral sex on him. I said, over and over, I don't want to do this, stop, don't, she said. He's a big guy. He overpowered me. Asia Argento. The Italian actress was invited under the guise of a party in 1997, but only found Weinstein in his hotel room, she told The New Yorker. He asked for a massage then forced oral sex on her, she said. I was not willing, she said. I said, no, no, no. Argento maintained a relationship with Weinstein and had consensual sexual relations with him multiple times over the course of the next 5 years. Amber Batilana Gutierrez.